Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we're less than 1 month away from the election, but voters only seem to care about one topic, the economy. Plus, one federal administrator tours the mountains, talking to folks about recovering from flood damage.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 5:31 on October 11th. Now let's check in with meteorologist Evan Hatter for a look at your forecast this morning. Evan, we have another chilly morning on tap. I know that yesterday was beautiful, and hopefully we'll have another decent day today.
Well, temperature-wise, Olivia, I don't think we're looking at too dissimilar, too different from the day yesterday. However, we are going to notice a few more clouds in place today as that warm front starts to move in through the region. A look outside now, though, shows we're keeping it foggy in parts of the region. Not as widespread as yesterday, but look at Logan, West Virginia. Visibility of 0. Harlan Airport, Middlesboro Airport. Visibility of just 1 mile and 3 miles in Jacksboro, Tennessee. Other areas seeing some patchy fog, even if you may not see it on this map. Some areas are seeing it. London Corbin Airport, foggy yesterday, not as much fog today, low 40s out there now. In fact, a lot of us are dealing with some chilly air. 37 Jonesville and Wise, 38 Grundy, 34 in Clintwood, Virginia. Very chilly out there. Other spots, middle and even upper 40s at this hour. So I think we'll continue to see the milder air a little bit later on. Watch for that fog this morning, though, on the drive to work. Temperatures slowly getting toward 50 as we head home today. Looking mild but cloudier as we head into the afternoon. Now, I'll have the very latest on when things are going to start to feel like May again in a few minutes. Olivia?
All right, Evan, thank you. Alan Dodson, a well-known pastor who lives in Somerset, was able to get out of Israel yesterday. He made it to Amman, Jordan, and is flying back home. He expects to be back in the States this morning. In an interview I had with him yesterday, he says he can't thank the Commonwealth enough for the continued prayers.
The state of Kentucky, our whole Commonwealth, has been so close to our family for other reasons for 6 months now. And I'm overwhelmed just by all the thoughts, the prayers, the well wishes. I've had people to reach out to me and offer just unbelievable things to help me get home. So just thank you to my fellow Kentuckians.
Overnight, Dodson is flying from Cairo, Egypt to JFK in New York. He expects to be there by 9 a.m. Tuesday, we heard from Governor Andy Beshear on the conflict. He has ordered all flags at state office buildings to be lowered to half staff until sunset on Friday. It's to honor the victims killed in Israel. He also encouraged individuals, businesses, and other government agencies to lower their flags as well. We caught up with the governor and learned he feels a personal connection.
Well, Brittany and I are praying for the families of Israel, having lost a close friend in an act of violence. This terrorist attack and how many people that it has taken, thousands of Israeli and other families impacted. We hurt for and we pray for each and every one of those families.
The governor was referencing his late friend Tommy Elliott, who was killed in the mass shooting at Louisville's Old National Bank back in April. Police in Madison County are investigating an attempted murder case involving an elderly couple. The incident happened last Friday as police responded to a domestic violence situation between 96-year-old Seymour Taffler and his wife, 90-year-old Elaine Taffler. Police say Taffler told them neither he nor his wife had long to live. Seymour Taffler spent days in the Madison County jail but was released yesterday afternoon. A Franklin County man was arrested at a church in Laurel County after police received a call of a man acting inappropriately. 48-year-old Ted Rogers of Frankfort was arrested last week at a church north of London. Deputies with the Laurel County Sheriff's Office noticed a smell of alcohol coming from Rogers, and he later admitted he had been drinking earlier in the day. Rogers was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. A Bell County woman is behind bars after she failed to appear in court. Last Saturday, deputies with the Knox County Sheriff's Department arrested 36-year-old Ashley Edwards on a Bell County bench warrant for failure to appear on a public intoxication controlled substance charge. A small plastic bag containing suspected meth and a large number of counterfeit pills were found in her possession during the arrest. She was taken to the Knox County Detention Center. Less than 1 month before the election to decide Kentucky's next governor, viewers are telling us the #1 issue they care about is the economy. Kristen Kennedy is fact-checking the campaign claims.
The economy might be an issue close to your heart, but it's not one we're seeing in campaign ads. Governor Andy Beshear and his challenger, Attorney General Daniel Cameron, do agree they want to foster job growth. They're divided on how to do it. Cameron's plan for the state, called his Vision for Prosperity, focuses on small and mid-sized business growth. He wants improved workforce programs and coordination between the private and public sector. He also told WKYT's Bill Bryant on a recent episode of Kentucky Newsmakers that he's the only candidate running that wants to eliminate the income tax.
Let me tell you what Andy Beshear did. Despite the fact that we have record high inflation and it's harder to buy those things that I talked about earlier, he vetoed tax cuts for hardworking Kentuckians.
Let's fact check this. The governor did veto 2022's House Bill 8. It lowered the state's income tax and put a plan in place to eventually eliminate it. It also added 35 newly taxable services like personal fitness and cosmetic surgery. Beshear released a statement in April of 2022 explaining his veto, saying the General Assembly should be supporting Kentucky's growing industries and events that promote the Commonwealth, not targeting them with tax increases. The Republican supermajority in the legislature overrode that veto, and they made cutting income tax even further a top priority in the next legislative session. The governor did not veto House Bill 1. He signed that one, cutting individual tax rates 4.5 to 4%. He said back at the time he had concerns, but was signing to provide relief from inflation.
That was Kristen Kennedy reporting. The bill the governor signed into law, House Bill 1, did come with criteria that had to be met for the income tax to continue to drop, but the state didn't meet that criteria. So as the law stands right now, the tax rate will not drop in 2025. There is an already scheduled cut in January of next year. USDA Federal Administrator of Rural Utilities Andy Burke was in eastern Kentucky meeting with community leaders working to rebuild flooded areas. One of those stops was the Knox County Sportsplex, where groups are working to build more than 200 homes. Housing Development Alliance Executive Director Scott McReynolds says the projects continue to move forward.
You know, it takes a lot to design water and sewer and roads. And all the professionals have been working super hard, getting all that lined out, getting the permits. It always takes longer than you want it to.
McReynolds also says they are hoping to have space for medical and educational campuses. You can hear more from Burke Monday night on Issues and Answers. Last week, we first brought you the story of UK doctor Kenneth Ain. Dr. Ain has Asperger's, a high-functioning form of autism, and filed a lawsuit claiming the university discriminated against him over his disability. Jeremy Toms has the latest in this case from Dr. Ain's attorney, and he's speaking with a former patient of Dr. Ain who did not like the doctor's treatment.
In 30 years of practice, this was a shocking development, and it's at the very beginning of the case.
James Morris is representing Dr. Kenneth Ain in his lawsuit against UK and says the discrimination of his client began in 2017.
The university's been putting Dr. Ain on an island, or as the judge said, in a silo.
Morris says a letter from the university at that time left this thyroid specialist with just one nurse and no other staff to assist him. Then in August,
they came out and reassigned him to his home.
Morris says Dr. Ain was banned from campus facilities, but what shocked Morris came out in court on September 28th.
So he works alone.
Well, that's because he had to. They told him
Well,
since 2017 he couldn't work with anybody.
Part of his disability.
Oh,
Oh,
that,
it's
I
part
hope
of his
that's on the
disability.
Morris says that was Dr. Ains' direct supervisor testifying. The emergency order which reinstated Dr. Ains shows the basis for his removal revolved around hearsay. But tonight,
he's not been good to me at all. And again, my health has suffered because of it.
Greg Irwin, who's been a patient of Dr. Ains since 2013, says the doctor has been hard to reach, schedule appointments with, and this year,
I went right at 3 months without this much needed medication.
Irwin says he's even had trouble filling important prescriptions. He doesn't know how the situation at UK may have affected that care, but claims his issues with the doctor have taken a physical toll.
I was in bad shape, and I'm still trying to recover from it, and I don't know if I ever will.
In Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Coming up, some of Hollywood's most famous items of memorabilia are going up for sale soon.
And we'll soon see temperatures get back into the upper 70s to near 80. Details when after this.